2021 income requirements for fiancé visas. In order to successfully be approved for a K-1 fiancé visa that allows your fiancé to travel to the USA, U.S. immigration must be confident that you, the U.S. sponsor, have enough financial strength to support and feed your future family. They must be convinced that there is no chance your new family would need public benefits such as welfare or food stamps to survive. And it's critical that you understand before you apply what the requirements are in order to avoid surprises and denial. I am Fred Wall, the Visa Coach, and I work for you to prepare and craft your applications to submit to U.S. immigration. Sometimes callers ask me, hey, do I fill in the forms for them or do they have to do it themselves? Well, absolutely. It will be me filling in all the needed forms and putting together your application. And after we submit your application, I do not abandon you. I remain with you on this journey. And I continue by your side, personally helping and guiding you until that happy day your foreign partner calls to say she or he, well, is on the way. And today I will share with you what the financial requirements in 2021 are and how to demonstrate that you meet them. And if you can't meet them, well, what you can do about it. And if your fiancé is from Philippines, Vietnam, Nigeria, Indonesia, well, please watch to the end, because towards the end of this video, I've got some bad news for those whose income is too low. However, I do offer a solution on what you can do. Now, on to today's topic. What are the income requirements to obtain a fiancé visa in 2021? In order to successfully be approved for a K-1 fiancé visa that allows your foreign fiancé to enter the USA and take up permanent residence with you, U.S. immigration must be confident that you, the U.S. sponsor, have enough financial strength to support and feed your family. They must be convinced that there is no chance your new family would need public benefits such as welfare or food stamps to survive. And the financial requirement is that your income must be over 100% of the poverty income level based upon the number of people you have to support in the state where you live. And each year the Department of Health and Human Services publishes their poverty guidelines. As announced in 2021, the guidelines have risen for a household of 2 persons by $180 from last year. And for residents in the continental U.S., the financial eligibility thresholds for K-1 visas are as follows. The required annual income, $17,420 if there are 2 persons in the family or household, $21,960 if 3 persons in the family or household, $26,500 if there are 4 persons in the family or household, and for each additional person add $4,540. Now, the financial eligibility thresholds are lower for active military, thank you for your service, and higher if you live in Alaska or Hawaii. Proving your income. Well, normally you provide your most recent federal tax return, 3 to 6 pay stubs showing year-to-date earnings, plus a letter from your employer confirming your job and what your expected annual pay is. Cash assets can count as an alternative to income. So in some cases, if your income may be low, but you have, money in the bank, cash assets can be used as a substitute for your annual income. And cash assets are assets which can be easily converted, sold to cash. For example, stocks, bonds, certificates of deposit, cash in a checking account can all be used. But other assets that cannot be easily turned to cash, with the exception of equity in your home, are not usable. So $5 of cash assets equals $1 of annual income. For example, if you're retired living in the continental USA with no income and no dependents, you would need to have, 5 times $17,420 or $87,100 in cash assets to qualify for the fiancé visa. Alternatively, a combination of income and assets will work. For example, if your income is $10,000 per year, that means your annual income, well, it's short by $7,420. So you will need to have, well, 5 times that amount, or $37,100 cash or convertible assets to qualify. And this is calculated by subtracting $10,000 from the annual requirement of $17,420, and then the difference of $7,420 times 5 equals $37,100 of cash assets needed. And, well, what if you don't have enough income or assets? Well, in that case, you can ask a relative or friend to ask as your co- or joint sponsor. Just like buying a car, a second person could co-sign your loan. In this case, he is a financial joint sponsor to your application, and he is guaranteeing that your household will not need welfare or public benefits. Now, when a joint sponsor is used, the size of the household increases. The combined household for the financial calculations would include the household size of the sponsor combined with the household size of the co-sponsor. For example, you ask your father to co-sponsor, and your household is just 2 persons, you and your new spouse, or your fiancé. Your father's household is your father, mother, and the 2 siblings living at home. So the combined household would be 6 persons. And the combined income of both sponsor and joint sponsor would have to be $35,580 or more. Now, a joint sponsor can be used for most fiancé visa petitions, but not all. Sorry, but the U.S. consulates in Philippines, Indonesia, Vietnam, and Nigeria do not allow the use of a co-sponsor for a fiancé visa. And so, if you are applying for a fiancé visa and suspect you might need a joint sponsor, well, the best thing for you to do before filing any application is to contact the consulate directly and ask them whether the consulate's policies permit the use of a financial joint sponsor or not. If they don't allow a joint sponsor and your income and assets won't be enough, well, then the way to proceed is to change your plans. Instead of applying for the fiancé visa with plans to marry in the USA, marry first, then apply for a spouse visa. The spouse visa application process always allows, regardless of the country, allows the use of a joint sponsor no matter what country your partner is from. This was Fred Wall, the Visa Coach, and I'm here to personally guide you on this journey. Now, click here to sign up for our monthly newsletter and receive bonus ebooks. Here for YouTube's recommendation, here for the full playlist of recent videos on fiancé visas, and here to subscribe to our channel.